previously, in addition to the handles of the three families, the evaluations are basically domestic controllers. But there has always been a legend circulating in the rivers and lakes. That is, some foreign third-party handles are put in China. It's definitely a rattle killing. So let's get up and take a look at this today. PowerA's latest flagship controller, the Fusion Pro 3. In fact, I have tested one of their Xbox authorized products before. The algorithm is really good, but the internal workmanship is a bit intriguing. But the price of this Fusion Pro 3 is here after all. It should work this time. Not to mention anything else, at least the packaging is very expensive at first glance. The handle is placed in the handle bag. In addition to data cables and instructions, there are also two interchangeable swing caps. The instructions are in English. A bit can help us review. The disadvantage of 46G is that you can't understand the handle. The whole thing is made of black plastic. The front shell has a pattern of tearing and tearing. Greatly increases the appearance of the handle. Directly in front of it is an eye-catching watermelon key APXY. The color matching of the buttons is also the same as that of Xbox. Paragraph. The traditional cross keys used in the arrow keys, and a volume was added below. The button arrangement on the front of the adjustment buttons is basically the same as that of Xbox. But the change in the back is big. PowerA has a back key, configure buttons, 3 trigger locks and 4 back keys. And the dark gray with a little green tone. The coded anti-slip pattern is shallow. The feel is okay. However, the anti-slippery shell is not very slippery. Is replaceable. And the main body of the explanation adopts the magnetic suction bill. There is a small notch at the bottom. The shell is very simple to lift and close. After lifting the shell, the rocker cap can also be removed. Replace. Although it is not matched with a diamond ring. But the joystick is dustproof here. To a certain extent, it can increase the service life of the joystick. Because in addition to PowerA's own Moga XP Ultra, Xbox is not open to other lifetimes, truly 100% unlimited permissions. Therefore, when connecting to a computer or Xbox console, you need to plug in the wire. The weight is still much lighter than XBOX series. Only 240 grams. However, because the mold is the same as the Xbox, the grip is different. Not big. Frontal action buttons, cross buttons, and function buttons, they are all conductive comparison schemes, and the feel is very uniform. Gradually, the feel is a little softer than Xbox. Back button press feedback. The 3-speed trigger lock on the crisp back is replaced. Very convenient. Very convenient. Next, let's take a look at the tuning at the software level. This time, the PowerA joystick tuning is still as good as ever. The default no dead setting center point is silky. You can set the center point in the app, and there is no real terrain. The dead outer ring tuning is similar to the Xbox with rounded corners. There is no risk of breaking the keys after testing the arrow keys. The return rate is around 250 Hz. About the tuning of the trigger, I personally feel that there is still room for improvement. The first gear is the shortest to build in the software to 0 to 70. The second gear is moderately built, with a built-up value of 0 to 175. The third gear is the longest. The built-up value is 0 to 255. Looking at it this way, in terms of construction, it's just a simple division, and there is no separate tuning. We compared it with the Xbox Elite controller, which is also a third gear trigger. In the construction of the third gear, the shortest trigger is a nonlinear quick trigger. The other two sword straights are 0 to 255. In comparison, it feels like the Xbox Elite's trigger adjustment is finer. Of course, Fusion Pro 3 can also be played. It will be better if it is optimized, which will be mentioned later. PowerA's own software design is relatively simple. On Xbox or PC, you can download it directly from Microsoft. Players can check the keys through the software. Usability adjustment stick dead zones. This software is a bit too few features at the moment. I've got the news though. In the fourth quarter, the app will be launched. Functions such as optimizing vibration adjustment are formed. To be honest, it's really the first time I've seen such a simple app now. I don't expect the disassembly at all. After all, I have a previous criminal record. As long as it can reach the general level of domestic handles, it is considered a qualitative leap. Taking it apart, it can be said that this time Fusion 3 has made great progress. The previous cow dung chips were used. This time PowerA finally uses integrated chips. The joystick has also been changed from Puyao to ELPS, although not on Hall. But there is also progress. The mover is Hall's. There is also a 3-speed moving lock, and a moving motor is also added. The true corners behind the 1.2mm thick joystick of the motherboard are also soldered. Class, the motor and the motherboard. The connections are all socket schemes. It is much stronger than welding it directly. The motor also has a separate motor compartment to fix the action button. The arrow keys and the function buttons on the front are conducted switching. This is also the reason why its buttons feel more uniform. The mechanical switch used in the back key and the interline does not have much trigger force. Sound and feel exchange. What can you say this time? It has greatly changed my impression of the workmanship inside PowerA. Engineering PCB Hall liner. The flight lock and the flight motor are not available in the previous workmanship. As we all know, PowerA is an American brand of handles. Could it be that the handle ring has been rolled abroad in the past 2 years? When I disassembled the handle and installed the handle, I found a few big characters on the cover. Made in China has passed the evaluation of PowerA. We can see the progress of PowerA in terms of workmanship. Joystick. Upgrades have been made to the trigger, motherboard, chip, etc. In terms of tuning the joystick, it is also the same as ever. But then again, this handle sells for 600 yuan anyway. In the market, if you compare it horizontally, the quadruple design and 3-stage trigger lock are also remarkable. But in any case, as in Spock's comprehensive product, it's good in terms of overall experience.
What?